Hey there folks, welcome back to Let's Play Ninja Gaiden Sigma 2 on the Mysterious JG, and we're ready for Chapter 10, Submit or Die. Several hundred kilometers north of the snowy crash site of the Greater Fiend Zenodius has awakened to threaten a once great military state. The malevolent ruler of Flame issues an ultimatum handed down from the infernal priest Dagra Dai to the people of the world: accept the yoke of the almighty Archfiend or die. And so Earth's baptism by fire begins. The taunts of the Greater Fiend of Flame fill Ryu's mind. To the best of my ability, I have gone through the fact for this chapter ahead of time. There's only three treasures that the fact writer thought were worth mentioning. All of them are golden scarabs. I have a vague idea of where they should be, and I'm just going to play through, try to make sure I find all three, and if I don't, I can always off-screen go back, because I'm going to try to make sure that I save on a different slot. So hopefully there won't be tons of stopping. Oh well, my sound is off, so let me adjust that. Oh, you're a
impudent apes. How your hubris has grown in the few short millennia we have been away.
He's a big one on hubris, huh?
Have you forgotten the era when only the mercy of the Archfiend kept your lowly species alive?
Yes, we have forgotten that, okay? I have no sound. We're trying to adjust.
Monkeys.
That's racist. He's calling us monkeys.
Resurrects and restores the Archfiend to power. You will learn your true place on this earth.
Sorry guys, if I sound a little frustrated, because I want to be doing hilarious quips, but I'm trying to get my sound back.
Or die.
Or both.
Ready to fire, sir.
Are they speaking Russian? I can't even tell. Because this doesn't look like Vigor Empire to me. It looks like this is Russia. I think I've got the sound back.
Repent! You are in the presence of a greater fiend!
I beat Moscow 41 on the first try. Counter General forever. I didn't intentionally lose and play through a bunch more stages to be ready for Washington like people told me to. I just blitzed right through and then lost Washington. So, oops.
Well, so here we are in Russia with a statue right off the bat.
I've gathered materials for a technique. This will let you master a weapon. You can only use it once on a given weapon, though.
I believe that is his way of telling us we can now level up something to level 3, and you know what we're going to start with. The Lunar Staff. It's living in a lunar spell. Well, that's got to be our favorite right there. Let's buy a single, yeah, you know, here, easy mode again, I know. Items are cheap, and I'm thinking we'll stick with only having 2 each of these so that we don't waste anything we find in treasure chests. But if you look at all the essence we got, yeah, I'm thinking I could have probably played this game on the normal difficulty, but this was the default, damn it. You were allowed to start at a higher difficulty than this, but this is the default. I continue to maintain that. Alright, so different description. The high relative weight. No change to the description, but we should have new techniques for it now. So our level 3 combos would include square towards square, square, square. I mostly just slam the buttons without doing directions, but square towards triangle might be worth playing around with. Bladed Spider, and then Strange. I think Strange Soul is going to be the one you're seeing most, folks. Because I like to do a square hit in the thought that that gets me a quick hit, and then just start spamming the hard hits. That's what I've been doing. For the most part, that approach works fairly well with this weapon. Azuna drops square, triangle, square, square, triangle. I did not know that most of the Azuna drop techniques involve pressing directional buttons, so I don't usually get them off that much, but square, triangle, square, square, triangle. Interesting, but stupid. So I have a sinking feeling that even though we should be on the same side as those Russian troops, this game loves to throw human military types at you. Square, triangle, square, square. I would just have to slow down my button smashes to do this. Square, square, triangle, square, square. There was the strange spider. So I just started slamming the square button. Got a lot of ranged guys in this stage, I'm thinking. I'm gonna need layout we've got going here. Yeah, these ballistic guys are really get on my nerves. You are not the guy I was trying to shoot at there. I wouldn't fight these guys unless I was one of them big iron things go up and down like this. What do you call that? Tanks? You'll maybe there's a better weapon to fight these guys than this lunar spell that I use. Trying to dodge out of the way. Just trying to do a UT. This is going hopefully. Oh man, now I got the thing going on where it's two different heights, although that seems to be working out to my advantage, not his. Get away. So it's nice to know that the Russians and the Black Spider clan have the same war mechs. Let's see if I can blow up this glass dome. Let's blow the dome. Turn it into a battlefield Earth all of a sudden. There's no way I can get into this building now with that small barricade right there. I was... Damn it. Because what I want to do is just take out the guys who are shooting me from a distance first, but rarely do you get that chance. And did that guy drop red essence? I've completely forgotten that I have an info, haven't I? I guess we tried to use it against, use the Black Void Nimpo against the guy who actually used that for the first time against us. It doesn't seem to me like we'll get cut off. Wow, move dogs. That's kind of messed up. Treasure chest over here. of spiritual life. Indeed, that was an item that we thought about buying and then decided against. Well, we've cleared out some ninja dogs, and if we go through there, there is every chance the door will spontaneously slam shut behind us. So let's go ahead and save our game. We have not yet reached anything resembling the item. Oh, damn, I lost my sound again. Hold on. We haven't reached anything resembling the obstacles described in the FAQ when I was reading up on what's happening around the area where we get the gold scarab. But if I have to stop and pause every so often because I lose my sound because of my headset cables are starting to go, then that'll be just as effective as a LP where I stop to read the FAQ every couple minutes. Right over here in this corner, charge a UT. In case anyone's coming after me. Okay, nobody's coming after me. No. I really didn't really get that many of them, did it? Okay, so my UT missed. Did that get them all? I don't know. Looks like this door didn't close, so I could have taken care of these guys first. There's a shop and a Muramasa statue. He's not offering to upgrade any weapons though, so I'm not really that excited. But matter of fact, there's only one thing I can buy, and I'm holding off on those in the hopes of finding one in a treasure chest. So, you okay, Muramasa? That was a nasty cough. Well, there's those Bazooka Joes I killed. Sure if that's the right way to go, or if I was supposed to come up here. You would think that if, unless the idea is you run up those stairs so you can melee the bazooka guys rather than shoot at them, you would expect there to be some neat loots up here to reward you for finding the path up, but it doesn't seem like it is so. So let's just go this way. See if I can use sneaky camera tricks to reveal enemies before we put ourselves in harm's way. Nope, cinematic's coming. Now, because I was reading up on, I know something. Oh, apparently I didn't know it that well. There's landmines. Be careful. There are landmines in this area. So I'm wondering if I can use the old-fashioned American approach. And you can, it looks like. It doesn't mention this. if you run up to where they were, you should be okay now. Well, that one I guess I missed. The fact says the footprints are there to guide you to the safe path. And in fairness, it's tough to tell if you blew up a landmine or not. So I probably still have to do what they say and cross slowly following footsteps. Because, see, that was a landmine. I was only a little bit off. Not yet. I don't want to have to fight anybody in this area. Oh, there's no way to go over here anyway, so. Okay, now that we've gotten to the landmine section, so now I need to start keeping my eyes peeled for a potential path. There should be an alleyway somewhere with a crystal skull at the end of it. And I'm thinking the landmines are probably more punishing on higher difficulty levels. Oh, well, there's the crystal skull anyway. You got anything to tell me, buddy? No one's item can be carried, okay. Hold on, get back over here. See if you can follow me. Yeah, you can. And I got essence, red essence, which I don't really need. Is that safe, I wonder? Nope, it isn't. Damn, game. Landmines. This is not like... Okay, now this is Ninja Gaiden to a T as far as being like ruthlessly unfit. What is it, like rematerialize? Are these like regenerating landmines? This is ridiculous. So I guess to get it, you just have to tank a bunch of hits. Because the landmines come back. Well, I got it. Looks like there might be a Muramasa statue up ahead. I thought I saw something flash in blue. Okay, so what is the safe path? Because these landmines, the snow landmines, regenerate. They're some kind of evil permanent landmines, not like those good temporary landmines that are such a boon to humanity. Princess Di would be rolling over in her grave. What do I mean would be? Like I'm saying she's not dead? It's a hoax? I don't even know what I'm talking about now. Okay, so it wasn't a Muramasa statue, it was a save point, but still. In this land of landmines everywhere, that's a freaking thing I can get behind. I want you to bear in mind, folks, this is apparently supposed to be, I think it's supposed to be Moscow. And I don't think they had advance notice that demons were coming when they started putting down landmines. And if they did, it wasn't a good tactic because we haven't encountered any demons. There's just one big demon who's flying around, not falling into their landmine traps. Lives of 1,000 gods. That was not mentioned in the past. Any use to me for anything other than UT fuel, even though my efforts to get UTs keep going nowhere. UTs being ultimate techniques. I'm using this terminology from the freaking facts. Now, how the hell? Here's the one guy who's left. We got like 8 hits on me. So they didn't like me getting that Lives of 1,000 Gods. What am I in, like the Kremlin or something now? Seriously, where am I? What's going on? I have no idea where I'm supposed to be going now. Seems like a cinematic is in order. And I can't take more than 2 or 3 steps without stopping to worry about landmines, even though now that we're indoors, you wouldn't think there would be hidden landmines anymore. Alright. Time for some ninja wall climbing. Oh, I think the stairs are where I should be keeping an eye out for more the crystal skull. Yeah, I remember the fact mentioned stairs and candles. Make sure I haven't already gone by. I'll hop down a level. Just start from the beginning to make absolutely sure we didn't. Well, first of all, is there any other exits hidden away in the nooks and crannies? I don't see any more. So if I come over here now, just each position, they're in each cardinal direction there are candles. So I can kind of check as we go and make sure that I look at each one and that we don't miss anything that clearly has a crystal skull attached to it. I would imagine it will be in one of these ones where the freaking walls are missing to make it harder to get to. Okay, so far no crystal skulls. Oh wait, it's after the bell tower. They mentioned a bell tower. I didn't read anything more about it than after the bell tower you'll find stairs. So there must be stairs heading down the opposite direction. I'm trying really hard not to spoil. I'm trying to walk a balance between spoiling stuff and missing the scarabs. So how do I proceed in here? That's what I figured. Figured you would somehow be grabbing hold of this thing. Okay, that's obviously there to prevent me from progressing. There's a treasure chest there. That's the life of the gods. So either I'm crazy, maybe he just changed the way he wrote up this chapter, but I don't remember reading about any of those treasures. I mean, the life of the thousand gods or the life of the gods. Well, at this point, we're getting pretty close to the end of the video. Maybe I just want to call it a video and reacquaint myself with the facts, since I seem to be surprising myself here. Oh, you're not going to come over here? Oh, you jerk. I was trying really hard to not have that happen. Is this how we actually proceed here? Because this guy came through this door. These are the stairs down where I would be looking for a crystal skull hidden. You know what, that seems like a good place to call it a video. So when we come back, I will read up on where the last crystal skull is to be found, whether the FAQ actually did leave off a bunch of stuff, or if I'm not reading it right, and other exciting things as well. And at the rate of these, we should be 1 to 2 videos away from finishing this chapter. And I believe the chapter after, I think if I can finish this chapter, I might walk away from Ninja Gaiden for a short spell. I think the chapter after this is the Ayane chapter, which will wrap up our side digressions playing as hot chicks. And the last stretch of the game, which will be longer than any of these stretches between the hot chick chapters, the final stretch of the game will be the actual end of the game. I'm the Series JG. I want to thank you guys very much for watching, and I hope you'll tune in next time as we beat up the Red Army, even though our common foe are actually